about 20 years younger than Old Man Jerry.
No.
Anyway, we digress. John, you can say no as much as you like. I know for a fact, 100% I'm right on this. I'll bet you £1 million right now.
Okay, £1 million. Okay.
And I know you think I'm drunk, but I know I am drunk.
Okay, so just to be clear, the same Jerry who on day one, Big Brother 10, they all did that thing where they all voted who gets head of household, just at first glance.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's a different Jerry who fell in the pool.
Put Jerry fell in the pool. That was about Big Brother 5 or 6, Old Man Jerry who fell in the pool. Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
Guys, don't worry, we're not having John back on the podcast. Gaz is just looking up so we can move on from this
I think Lindsay shouldn't come back at this point.
I think you're probably right.
Get dethroned off her own podcast.
I think you're right. Oh, God.
Oh, we're watching the scene. Look, that's Old Man Jerry, look.
Oh, it's Memphis. Oh, fuck.
I'm right, aren't I? Look.
That is Old Man Jerry.
Yes, see, I'm right. I'm right. And he falls in the pool. He's looking at something in the sky. He falls backwards. See, I'm right.
Jerry is just falling in the pool.
I was right.
Were you wrong?
You were wrong. Lindsay was wrong.
But
this is why they needed me tonight.
But there was another Jerry in a different...
And that's Dan Giesling.
But
that looks like it's the fucking early 90s.
But it does. It looks old, doesn't it? But Dan Giesling is younger than me. But there was another... there was another Jerry who was
Dan
old.
Dan Giesling deleted me off Facebook. That's a different story.
Right. But I do apologise, John. But there was...
I was right.
You were right, but there was another Jerry. Do you admit there was another Jerry?
I've not actually
He's already
seen...
said that himself, hasn't he? Or not?
I know
you brought that up.
But the one that fell in the pool, I knew that was the Old Man Jerry.
All right, we've established the falling in the pool
Going
thing
back
now.
to Big Brother Canada, the point is that Karen is not very old. Maybe it's just
because...
good
point. Old Man Jerry was old.
Yeah, he was old.
Maybe it's because in the context of BB Can, they don't really put many old people in. But if you look at like our Big Brother, you got celebrities that are like 83
Kim
or whatever.
Woodburn was fucking old as fuck. Reg Holdsworth and shit like that.
Sylvester Stallone's mother. Jackie.
Yeah, she was 83. I think Jackie was 83. We had David Guest in there, and he promptly died afterwards. So like,
he wasn't even that old, and he died. So that was unfortunate.
But look at him.
So then, Dimitri said, "What moves have you made to Kevin?"
And
he said getting
rid of
out.
you. Yeah. Is that right? I've written Karen, but it was Kevin.
Getting Karen out.
Look, I've lost it.
This is the part of the podcast where Lindsay falls.
Don't tell me you want me to rescue this.
You got it, because otherwise John's going to take over the podcast and it's going to be all over.
It's not going to be all over.
Right. Karen said that her biggest move was making a friend out of Kevin, which was a question from Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
A friend out of Kevin? Do you think Karen can realistically call Kevin a friend by now?
Jesus Christ! Kevin Robert Mart-wins. With friends like these, who needs enemies? Go on.
Okay, this is falling apart.
My own writing.
What are you doing?
This is falling apart.
Come on, then.
I have 3 questions for the pair of you.
Okay. Like Gary Busey, the 3 questions for Emma, right?
I'm like...
We're about at that fucking level right now.
What, Emma Willis level?
No, Gary Busey level.
I'm Dr. Will talking to you two on the jury. Okay, so Kevin won. What was Kevin's one best strategic move?
Well, it definitely wasn't what he said.
No.
Hold on, you must have had one. Was it?
Was it
cozying up to William? Maybe was it evicting?
Well,
Neda?
yes, actually, because William using that POV actually kept him in the game, so that is actually his best strategic move, and it's the one that I think is the worst because it's morally bankrupt.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
I feel like a lot of his move was not strategy; it was just winning competitions. He was always making out with some mastermind. Just because you talk to the camera,
but also,
doesn't mean you're a mastermind.
Getting rid of Ika. Really was.
Getting rid of Ika was a good move.
The beginning of his win, wasn't it?
She would have beat him, I think. Yeah, okay.
Because
that's about 10 different answers.
What did she say about my game beats yours every time?
Yeah, I loved it when she said that. Go on.
Okay, if you were a jury member, what question would you have wanted answered from both Kevin and Karen?
Ooh, oh God.
Kevin and Karen.
I just realised it was the Battle of the K's, Kevin and Karen. What would you have asked them? What would you want to know? What do you want them to prove?
Yeah, I would have asked Kevin, why didn't you bring a single nice item of clothing into the house with you? Because I don't give a fuck about this game.
I would ask Kevin, Oh God. Does he actually think he's a good game player? Because I don't think he is. No. And he admitted that he wasn't at certain points.
But given that he has actually beat both Ika and Dimitris, is he now by default a good player?
What about, Kevin, where would you rank yourself among Big Brother players? Like, would you say you're in the top 5 or something like that?
All-time players?
Yeah, because it would be interesting to see what he said to that, I think.
Just start talking about how many times he's won all the competitions against Dimitri, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Hold on, go on, what else?
Hold up.
Okay, so
what you'd ask Karen as well.
Hold on.
Well, actually, that leads us on to my next question, which is, they say...
I started, so I'll finish.
No. It segues into my next question anyway. They say if you've made it to final 3, you've done something right. What did Karen do right? Well, Dr. Will said it right.
Well, I don't know, because oftentimes it's just...
That's so American.
I know.
Oftentimes.
It's just the goat who gets dragged to the final 3, isn't it? Yeah. They just drag someone along because they think they can beat them. Like Sabrina made it to final 2.
Victoria made it final 3 in the American
version. The thing you've done right might be just doing something shit in a way.
But it did occur to me...
The thing you did right was doing something wrong.
Yeah. But it was doing nothing, maybe. Some of the time it's just doing nothing.
It occurred to me that actually Karen had only won one HOH, which really was thanks to Cindy, probably. And that actually the fact she was in the final, having not won a single thing and had never been a target, maybe spoke volumes about her social game. Everyone liked Karen.
True.
Even though she was like quite vocal and caused tension amongst Kevin.
She's funny.
People kept her there.
I think if you're funny, you can get away with a lot, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like just in real life, let alone in the game. So yeah. So
if you two were on the jury, who would you have voted for? Everything that you know, who would you have voted for? It could have been personal. It could have been honouring the best player. You would have
Karen out of spite because I don't like that Kevin Robert Mart-wins.
I think I would have voted for Kevin. Really? But I wish I could say Karen. I wish I could.
Why would you vote for Kevin? Just because you're honouring the best player?
Because he won lots of comps and he's just a bit smarter, I guess.
Yeah, but did he entertain you?
Did
he create a hashtag? Things Karen says. Karen has been a phenomenon.
Would be weird if Kevin had created a hashtag Things Karen Says.
Did he generate one?
Things Kevin Says. Oh, I'm alone and isolated with my pig today.
Exactly. There would never be a hashtag for that because it's crap.
Let me have a jar of teddy bear peanut butter. No, you're right. Whatever. Anyway,
I said
good questions. Thanks, John.
Kevin's desperation
He's holding this podcast together.
Well,
I am. That's what I'm here for.
Carry on, Gaz.
I said that Kevin's desperation during that questioning segment was so cringeworthy.
He was very desperate.
He was playing the I want it more than you card. That's not enough. I want it more.
No. Well, apparently it is. Yeah. So Ika said, what was your mastermind move? And Kevin said, my fake final 2 with Dylan.
That was weird, yeah.
I would have not voted for him on that basis. I've changed my answer for you, John.
Yeah.
Ika and Dimitri getting a lot of love from the crowd. And Dimitri said, you started playing on day 48. I started playing on day 2. I don't know what the question was, but Kevin said, you are a beast.
So then it came to the vote, and as is tradition, Arissa said, let me be clear, you're voting for who you want to win.
Thanks, Topaz.
You said there should be a memorial plaque up for Topaz.
There should. There'd be a framed picture of Topaz with that finger up in the corner of every finale ever to remind you, lest we forget.
Never forget. So we paused at this point to predict who we thought would get what votes.
This is where Lindsay gets a 1-up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you may mock me for getting the words Ika and Vito confused.
And also the fact that you got the wrong
Fucking
Jerry.
at my Jerrys. Fuck off, John. But did I know that Kevin Robert Mart-wins was going to get a unanimous vote?
You did.
Yes, I did.
You did.
John thought that the people who would vote for Karen was Dylan, Dre and Ika. Gaz thought the people who would vote for Karen was Dylan, Dre, William, Ika and Dimitri. Gaz, what have you got to say for yourself?
I was very much wishful thinking, I think. And I just thought they'd all just
be bitter.
Turn and be bitter, and
what was your...
just realise that Karen was a more wholesome person.
Wholesome? I wouldn't go that far. What was your reasoning, John?
Well, I said Dylan, Ika and Dre. Dre always said that she wanted a newbie to win.
True.
Ika, I thought would be bitter. I thought Dimitri would be more honourable and say this guy beat me fair and square. And
That's
Dylan
true.
Dylan was BFFs with Karen. That was my reasons. I thought they were quite logical.
But Karen cut Dylan, so maybe that bridge has been burnt.
But Ika was always on about how much she respected Kevin's game and everything.
Yeah.
So
good for Ika and Dimitri for sticking to what they said, to be fair.
Yeah. Well done. And also good on me on getting that right.
Yeah, well done.
The only thing you got right tonight.
Unfortunately, you do owe John £1 million.
Yeah, you better. It's on this podcast. You
John's already got £1 million. It's fine.
I wish.
John, I've known you for 16 years. It's been nice knowing you.
It's what you want to drink.
I've been a victim.
Yeah. See you later. Right. Now they did the speeches. Karen's speech. Did you write down the speeches?
Not a single one.
Okay,
it's all on you.
Normally we do like really detailed notes. We're just like, we've given up.
It was the same old usual.
Yeah. Karen said she'd built a good relationships in the house and she'd lived her dream. That's not a great speech about why should you in? I've lived my dream. Okay. Kevin said, I've tried to make relationships. I've got no friends. And I've strategized and studied every day. Okay.
If he had no friends and he failed at trying to make them.
Yeah, he tried to make relationships but did not. And then he started crying. I've put desperate and he's actressing. He did seem very desperate.
He was. He's the definition of desperate. As Kevin Robert Mart-wins.
And I also think it wasn't satisfying. Like, they should have gone at each other more. I didn't want them to be all like...
Karen and Kevin?
Yeah, I didn't want them to be all like friends at the end. I wanted them to go, Karen shouldn't win because blah, blah, blah. Karen's done nothing. She's just been a bitch and she's done nothing. And she should have gone, Kevin Robert Mart-wins, slithering around the house. You don't deserve it.
Well, if Ika was in the final two with anyone, she would have done that. Which brings me to another question I forgot to ask you too. If Dimitri and Ika made it to final two, who would have deserved to win?
Ooh.
Dimitri for the comp wins, I think.
Before Ika went, I really wanted Dimitri to win, but as soon as she went, I was like, no, Ika should have won.
Yeah, because that's your BBUK view ahead, which is she gave me good entertainment.
Yeah.
But that means if she didn't go, then you wouldn't have thought that.
No,
so you would have supported Dimitri.
Yeah, I really wanted Dimitri.
Too.
I was really annoyed when everyone called Dimitri a lapdog and all that.
He's not been at all.
He played such a good game.
They have been. That has been an equal partnership, I think.
Yeah,
the whole way.
He was so charismatic and just such a nice person and won everything.
So cute. He looked so sweet when he was out there, sat on that stool in that suit.
He was better than Kevin. And Ika said, to Kevin, me and Dimitri played a better game than you, and they did. It was just bad luck, really, that they didn't win.
But also, even if it had been Dimitri sat next to Kevin, Kevin would have won anyway, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like Dimitri said, in every case, Kevin would have been the winner from that jury.
But only because of his friends.
Excuse me. Yeah, because he had...
William fancies Kevin. Yeah. They will do what William does.
William is a fucking mug. Yeah. William has been allowed himself to be totally mugged off.
If only
we're not a showman's. Like, Kevin, this is not a showman's, and then Kevin not even attempting to even consider saving him, and he still goes and votes for him to win. That was... it had no bearing on the result. If he had just thrown that one vote to Karen just to stick it to Kevin, why did he not do that?
Yeah. But William did get his own little bit where they watched him win the secret veto.
Big Brother's black hole, yeah.
I hope whoever works for Big Brother Canada fires whoever came up with the idea for the secret veto.
Why?
Because Kevin was saved because of that.
No, but they like him.
It's not their fault who found the fucking card and who saved
their fault.
That's ridiculous.
But the producers will be fine with this because they think Kevin's a valid player. It's just
they love Kevin.
We just don't like him because he's not entertaining.
They love Kevin. Someone told me last week that we were being homophobic about Kevin.
We were,
yeah, or vaguely
about
calling him a queen, but I said we were just quoting Ika calling him a queen.
No, he is a queen.
It's one of the you know what that is? It's one of those people that only listens to the podcast and doesn't watch the show, isn't it?
Do you think?
Yeah, one of them. Yeah. Who was that?
No one.
On Twitter.
Yeah.
No, I know who it is now.
Yeah. Yeah, someone on Twitter, yeah.
No, because we were saying that Ika could have been being homophobic.
Yeah. No.
But then we were calling him a queen as a joke afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. But Ika said it first. Do you think Kevin's a queen?
Yeah, he is a queen.
Well, there you go. 2 gay guys and a fag hag saying he's a queen.
I think he's a little bitch.
He's a little bitch.
With his bitch moves.
Yeah.
Speaking of queens,
yes,
the Queen VT was quite good, wasn't it? Where it said like girls had run that house this year.
Apart from when they included people like Emily,
Jackie,
and apart from the fact that a woman didn't win, so you can say queens as much as you like.
And hang on, Gary should have been in the Queen's VT.
That's true.
I thought he would.
That's true. Actually. But also, the thing that annoys me is, don't you think that